This is the only black female athlete richer than Michelle Obama. She owns her own island, signs multi-million-dollar licensing deals in heels, and moves like Wall Street in a tennis skirt. Her brand doesn't just break records, it broke the Forbes list. But before we get into how wild her empire really is, we need to look at the 10 richest black female athletes alive today. And trust me, you won't believe who's sitting at number 1. 10. Sloane Stephens. Imagine a queen who won the US Open as a teenager and parlayed that victory into a multi-million-dollar lifestyle. Sloane Stephens holds the 10th spot on our countdown with a reported net worth of around $20 million. Born in Florida, she leapt into the spotlight by defeating Serena Williams to claim the 2017 US Open crown, and her prize winnings nearly doubled her earnings to date. Today, she lives like a queen with a Florida mansion that she maintains with staff and a fleet of luxury cars, from Mercedes-Benz to Audis, befitting her status as a tennis icon. But she isn't just about courts and handbags. Sloane has lucrative brand deals with Nike, Rolex, Mercedes-Benz, Under Armour, Colgate, doTERRA, and built a personal foundation supporting youth tennis courts and education. Her endorsements alone rival her prize money, and she turned rising fame into real estate, philanthropic outreach, and even seed crypto investments. Stephens designed a life where off-court hustle matters as much as on-court power. She lives like a queen, yet remains grounded enough to build youth programs and stay rooted in community. She doesn't just play tennis, she's architected a brand beyond match points. And yet, this is just the humble start, because the next name on our list doesn't just break records, she breaks the entire bank. 9. Sha'Carri Richardson. At number 9 on our countdown sits Sha'Carri Richardson, a fast-talking, fire-haired phenomenon whose speed on the track is matched only by the strength of her emerging brand. With an estimated net worth of roughly $4 million, she may seem modest next to tennis legends. But this woman lives like a queen, and her assets already hint at royalty in the making. Raised in Dallas and rising to fame as a freshman at LSU, Sha'Carri broke NCAA records in 2019 and went on to win gold at the 2023 World Championships and relay gold at the 2024 Paris Olympics, her on-track success drawing massive attention. But it's what she does off the track that sets her apart. Her rumored 5-year Nike deal is valued at around $20 million, centering her as the face of the Nike X Jacquemus capsule collection, a rare move that merged athletic culture with high fashion. Sha'Carri's Florida home, purchased in Claremont for around $580,000, includes mirror-paneled walls, a pool, spa, and upscale finishes befitting a rising star. She drives spec cars in sports bold style, long nails, colorful hair, custom fashion looks that reinforce her image as a modern icon. Her income streams read like a playbook for ambitious hustle, race winnings from Diamond League events and Olympic payouts, plus brand deals with Apple Music, Beats by Dre, Sprite, Olay, Oikos, and Powerade. The endorsement income reportedly dwarfs her prizes. Her Nike contract alone outpaces her sprint earnings, making endorsements the engine of her fortune. At just 25, she lives a life with more flair than her title suggests. She lives like a queen, commanding attention in every arena, whether on the track or on social media, yet she's still climbing. Each sponsor, each major race, each viral moment adds another jewel to her crown. And yet, even this regal rise feels understated, because the next woman on our list didn't just style her life or endorsement deals, she built a media empire and turned athleticism into domination. 8. Candace Parker. Candace Parker is an icon who didn't just dominate on the hardwood, she transformed her post-career identity into a luxury legacy. With an estimated net worth hovering around $8 million, Candace might seem modest compared to billion-dollar athletes, but she lives like a queen, commanding modern boards and business rooms with the same ease she once navigated the paint. From the moment she was selected first overall in the 2008 WNBA draft, Candace Parker rewrote the narrative. Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same season, leading the Sparks to championship glory while dunking her way into history books. Over her 16-year career, she collected multiple MVP awards, WNBA titles, Olympic gold medals, and a reputation as one of the sport's most versatile stars. But even in retirement, she didn't slow down. Now president of Adidas Women's Basketball, a role she earned in 2024, Parker controls a division of the $37 billion Adidas empire. She was already the first woman in basketball to launch a signature basketball shoe with Adidas back in 2010, and her influence has only grown. Her broadcasting career shines just as brightly. For years, she served as a studio analyst and commentator across Turner Sports, TNT, and now Amazon's NBA and WNBA coverage. Those contracts reportedly bring in more than her WNBA salary ever did, even though she walked away with 3 championships. Candace owns a stylish penthouse in Los Angeles and was once tied to a multi-million-dollar Encino home. She drives luxury SUVs and surrounds herself with art and design as curated as her career. She lives like a queen, but one who trades basketball balls for boardrooms. Her endorsement deals with Adidas, Gatorade, CarMax, Google, Subway, 2K Sports, and more are estimated to generate around $3 million per year. Overseas stints in Russia, Turkey, and China also padded her bank account as much as her WNBA salary ever did. Candace doesn't just rest on past fame, she turned the sideline into strategy, building her empire through media, leadership, and business acumen. Yet even this regal lifestyle pales next to what the next woman on our list has achieved, because the next queen on our roster didn't simply win titles, she transformed the entire industry. Number 7. Coco Gauff. Coco Gauff. She is a whirlwind of youth, ambition, and business savvy whose net worth has erupted to around $35 million as of mid-2025. At just 21, she has turned athletic stardom into a luxury-laden empire full of strategic moves and global recognition. Raised in Delray Beach, Florida, Coco first grabbed the world's attention at age 15 when she stunned Venus Williams at Wimbledon. That moment propelled her into headlines, and since then, she's added 2 Grand Slam titles, winning the 2023 US Open and the 2025 French Open, along with the 2024 WTA Finals crown that alone paid out a jaw-dropping $4.8 million. But Coco's wealth doesn't just come from prize money. She inked endorsements with powerhouses like New Balance, Barilla, Bose, UPS, and Baker Tilly. The kind of contracts Forbes estimates to be worth about $25 million in total stabilizing off-court income that far exceeds her winnings. In April 2025, she launched Coco Gauff Enterprises, a management company that gives her creative and financial control over her career and ventures, a move that signals she's building her own realm, not just living in someone else's kingdom. Her assets mirror her trajectory: a sleek Delray Beach mansion with upscale finishes, a curated luxury wardrobe, polished vehicles, and the kind of image sophistication that says power combined with lineage. She lives like a queen, already giving older legends a run for their money. Coco doesn't just talk activism on social issues like gun violence and racial equity. She makes that part of her brand too. Her mix of on-court dominance and off-court influence electrifies her public image. From launching a management firm to modeling high fashion meets performance wear collaborations, like her 2025 fusion with Miu Miu and New Balance, Coco engineered herself not simply as an athlete, but as a burgeoning global mogul. She doesn't just win matches, she crafts moments that shape how modern Black female athletes build power from sport into lasting brands. Only 6 names sit above her, and the next one rises even higher, not just in money but in empire-building energy. Number 6. Simone Biles. At number 6 on our countdown stands Simone Biles, the record-shattering gymnast whose flips turned into fortune, and whose net worth now towers around $25 million as of 2025. She lives like a queen, but her kingdom is built on far more than medals. It spans global brands, world tours, and entrepreneurship. The story begins in Columbus, Ohio, where she climbed from foster care to become the most decorated gymnast in history, 11 Olympic medals, and over 30 world championship golds, earning her a place among the greatest athletes ever. But even as those gold medals glitter, they barely scratch the surface of her wealth, which is fueled largely by endorsements and business moves. Simone signed with Nike early on, then shifted to Athleta before Tokyo, securing deals with Visa, Uber Eats, Subway, Procter & Gamble, Masterclass, and Beats by Dre. That portfolio reportedly nets her between $5 and $10 million a year, dwarfing any competition earnings. That shift from Nike to Athleta marked her transition from sponsored athlete to brand architect. Beyond endorsements, she built Gold Over America Tour, a gymnastics meets arena spectacular that grossed close to $20 million in its 2021 tour and returned in 2024 with 32 cities selling out audiences in entertainment arena venues. That show transformed Biles into a cross-disciplinary icon, turning sport into mainstream spectacle. Her lifestyle reflects her status: a luxury home in Texas or California, sportswear backed by equity, custom vehicles, a curated wardrobe, and public appearances that feel more like red carpets. She lives like a queen, with her empire carefully cultivated beyond the gym, and her personal brand touches activism, mental health advocacy, and entrepreneurship. She reshaped conversations about athlete well-being and maternity rights, amplifying influence as profit. Certainly, Simone's medals made her famous, but her savvy turned fame into profit. She doesn't just stick landings, she spins narratives, commanding attention on screens and stages worldwide. The puzzle pieces of endorsement, entertainment, brand deals, and social influence all interlock into her wealth tapestry. But even this regal display feels tame compared to the next queen on our list. Because the woman at number 5 didn't just dominate her sport, she constructed a business empire that dwarfs competition and rewrites power dynamics entirely. Number 5, Venus Williams. And she's no other than Venus Williams, the tennis pioneer who transformed dominance on grass and clay into an empire far beyond the lines of the court. With a reported net worth near $95 million, Venus doesn't just live like a queen. She reigns with grace and strategic enterprise that few athletes can match. Her journey began in Compton and blossomed into monumental victories: 7 Grand Slam titles, 4 Olympic gold medals, and more than $42 million in prize money earned over decades of relentless competition. But the storyline hardly ends at tennis. Venus's early endorsement history reshaped what brands paid women athletes. At just 15, she signed a $40 million Reebok deal, one of the biggest ever for a teenage female athlete. That set the stage for sponsorships with Wilson, Ralph Lauren, Kraft, EA, Lacoste, and customized earnings between $5 and $10 million per year during her peak. She didn't stop at endorsements. Venus launched her own fashion line, Eleven, blending athletic performance with luxury fashion long before it was mainstream. Her real estate portfolio is equally refined: a Florida waterfront estate on Jupiter Island with a private beach, guest houses, tropical gardens, a pool, and outdoor bar, free of tennis courts by design, because playing is one thing and resting luxuriously is another. Beyond money and mansions, Venus turned design into dividend. Her interior design firm and business ventures extend her brand into lifestyle, art, and hospitality, quietly fueling her wealth year after year. She commands attention not just as a former champion, but as an entrepreneur with boardroom presence. She lives like a queen, with a net worth built from athletic excellence, but expanded through ventures, board seats, and ownership stakes. Venus has even taken minority ownership in the NFL's Miami Dolphins, stepping into the very institutions that once looked the other way when female athletes demanded equity and access. Her life reads like a masterclass in brand elevation, resilience, and cultural influence. She doesn't simply rest on past glory. Venus continues to reign, design, invest, and inspire. And yet, even her well-crafted empire feels modest compared to the next queen on our list. Because the woman at number 4 doesn't just win tournaments or launch brands, she built authority across industries and flipped luxury into mass appeal. Number 4. Allyson Felix. Allyson Felix, the track legend whose sprint medals may be behind her, but whose real gold comes from reshaping the industry itself. With a net worth estimated at $5 million, she lives like a queen. But in her case, that kingdom is one she built after questioning the status quo. Born in Los Angeles and rising to become the most decorated female Olympian in U.S. track and field history, Allyson's trophy case glitters with 10 Olympic medals and dozens of world titles. But her life story took a radical turn when she spoke out against Nike after they penalized her during pregnancy. She exited the brand and in 2021 launched her own line, Saish. crafting sneakers designed specifically for women while advocating for maternal rights and industry change. The leap from athlete to entrepreneur wasn't modest. Allison raised $3 million in seed funding for Seish, then followed with a major Series A investment backing her vision. Her Seish 1 sneaker, retailing at $150 and bundled with membership in the Seish Collective, created a community surrounding women's empowerment in sports, not just fitness. Her endorsements didn't vanish, they evolved. Soon after leaving Nike, she signed as Athleta's first sponsored athlete and began co-designing sustainable, women-forward activewear that reflects her values of inclusivity and equality. She partners with Athleta on The Power of She Collective, a mentorship network elevating women athletes beyond competition. Allison's lifestyle reflects her quiet but formidable power. Though she doesn't boast mansions or private jets, she lives like a queen who conquered not just tracks, but boardrooms. She travels in comfort brand style, maintains a refined wardrobe, and prioritizes sustainability over spectacle. Her net worth may not be rivaling tennis legends just yet, but the valuation of her brand, her influence, and her advocacy is still ascending. She didn't just retire, she pivoted to architect an athletic empire rooted in fairness, femininity, and fierce independence. This queen crafted her wealth not solely from medals, but from changing the game itself, and that kind of influence echoes longer than any victory lap. And yet even this bold shift feels like the warm-up. Because the woman at number 3 didn't simply dominate on the podium, she built global brand power that eclipses competition earnings altogether. 3. Naomi Osaka. Yes, it's Naomi Osaka, a generational tennis powerhouse whose wealth extends far beyond Grand Slam glory. With an estimated net worth of around $45 million, she doesn't just live like a queen, she embodies brand royalty on a global scale. Born in Japan and raised in the US, Naomi tore through the pro circuit as a teenager, winning 4 majors: the US Open in 2018 and 2020, the Australian Open in 2019 and 2021, and reaching world number 1 in 2019. Her nearly $22 million in prize money is just the starting point of her wealth story. But it's what came after the trophy lifts that truly crowned her. Osaka landed massive deals with Nike, reportedly earning $8.5 million a year from apparel alone, plus partnerships with Louis Vuitton, Tag Heuer, Nissan, MasterCard, Panasonic, PlayStation, Airbnb, Shiseido, FTX before its collapse, and others that together vaulted her endorsement income into the tens of millions annually. In 2020, she became the highest-paid female athlete in history, raking in more than $37 million in a single year. Osaka's empire isn't bound by tennis courts. In 2021, she launched Kinlo, a skincare brand which secured an exclusive Walmart partnership, adding brand ownership to her income streams. She built Evolve, a talent agency which she co-founded after leaving IMG, and Hanakuma, a media and production company born in partnership with the Spring Hill Company, later spinning off independently in 2023. Her real estate reflects her status, a Beverly Hills mansion bought from celebrity circles for nearly $7 million, plus a sprawling San Fernando Valley home with luxury amenities. She lives like a queen, yet her vision transcends luxury. She channels purpose into profit with every brand venture, investment, and creative output. Naomi is also a cultural voice, advocating for mental health, supporting social justice, promoting maternal rights as she returned to competition post-motherhood. Her activism woven into her business narrative. Her life reads like a blueprint for modern athletic empire building, hard-hitting on-court moments coupled with global media influence, brand equity, and entrepreneurial finesse. Naomi Osaka does more than win matches. She spins controversies, and campaigns into capital, crafting an empire bigger than sport alone. Yet even this towering status sets the stage for the next name on our list, because number 2 didn't just dominate their sport, they turned athletic success into multi-figure business dominance that eclipses competition earnings altogether. Number 2. Serena Williams. Serena Williams, an athletic legend whose tennis domination transformed into a full-blown business empire. Her net worth now estimated at $300 million to $340 million, depending on the source. She lives like a queen, but her dominion stretches far beyond Grand Slam trophies, built on venture capital, brand authority, and media influence. Raised in Compton and rising to global stardom, Serena powered through 23 Grand Slam singles titles, 4 Olympic gold medals, and nearly $95 million in prize winnings, making her the highest-earning female tennis player ever. But those achievements were just the foundation. Her endorsements with Nike, Beats by Dre, Gatorade, Wilson, Gucci, Disney, Ford, and more poured in, reportedly bringing in over $200 million in deals over her career. These partnerships transformed her into a global brand whose influence extends far beyond tennis courts. Off the court, Serena built an empire. She founded Serena Ventures in 2017, a venture capital firm that has backed 85 companies, including 14 unicorns like Impossible Foods and Masterclass, making her a force in tech, wellness, and diversity-led innovation. She's also a minority owner of the Miami Dolphins, a co-owner of Angel City FC in the NWSL, and owns the Los Angeles Golf Club, expanding her footprint into elite sports ownership. She also launched Win Beauty in 2024 and developed fashion apparel lines like S by Serena, plus jewelry and publishing ventures, all cementing her transition from athlete to entrepreneur. In 2025, she executive produced the Netflix adaptation of Carrie Soto Is Back through her production company, 926. Her assets and lifestyle match her stature: homes in Los Angeles and other global cities, luxury vehicles, and an image carefully curated in fashion, philanthropy, and influence. She lives like a queen whose court includes boardrooms, studios, and stadiums, rather than just locker rooms. Serena Williams didn't just conquer tennis, she rewrote what it means to be a black female athlete in the 21st century. She turned victory into venture, matches into media deals, and influence into investments. Her empire eclipses athletic earnings altogether, living proof that performance paired with strategy creates unrivaled legacy. Still, even Serena's reign sets the stage for the final name on this list, the only woman who doesn't just out-earn Serena, but outclasses Michelle Obama herself. Ready for the culmination? The crown jewel is next. Number 1. Rihanna. Rihanna, honorary athlete status courtesy of Fenty Sport and Savage X Fenty Sport lines with Puma. Her estimated net worth towers at $1 billion, even after a reported 29% drop during 2025, descending from around $1.4 billion earlier in the year, but still cementing her status among the world's wealthiest self-made women. She lives like a queen whose empire spans makeup, fashion, sportswear, and now athletic haute couture. Born in Barbados and rising through music fame into global prominence, she rewrote the rules. While her early cash came from album sales and tours, her real fortune flows from business. Fenty Beauty, her groundbreaking cosmetics line under LVMH, redefined inclusive beauty and propelled her into billionaire status. Alongside Fenty Skin and Fenty Hair, the brand remains the engine of her wealth. But Rihanna didn't stop at lipstick and lip liner. As Puma's creative director, she pioneered Fenty X Puma Athletics wear, a fusion of sporty utility and runway-level style that bridged workout gear and fashion art. Latest drops like the limited edition Avanti LS sneakers and cleat-inspired jelly slides captured attention globally in 2025, reinforcing her as a major disruption in sportswear. Her fashion meets performance aesthetic has made her a force beyond music. Her assets reflect her stature: penthouses in New York and Beverly Hills, a private retreat in Barbados, a $1 million plus wardrobe filled with couture and custom Fenty sport gear. She lives like a queen whose style travels in jet-set form, her public appearances doubling as brand showcases. Even her sneakers are status symbols. Rihanna's business empire doesn't just monetize fan loyalty, it creates it. She co-owns Savage X Fenty, a lingerie juggernaut valued in the billions, and significant stakes in ventures like Tidal and entertainment media. She's also an ambassador for her home nation, a philanthropist, and an icon of cultural power through her Clara Lionel Foundation and global influence. This queen didn't merely out-earn Serena Williams, she leapfrogs the list, making political royalty like Michelle Obama look like middle class in comparison. Rihanna transformed athletic endorsements into design leadership, cosmetic dominance into fashion monopoly, and name recognition into global infrastructure. At number 1, she outclasses them all and crowns this list with undeniable supremacy. So there you have it, 10 black female athletes who didn't just break records, they built empires. And the number 1 spot? That wasn't just about fame. It was about power, ownership, and out-earning political royalty, like Michelle Obama. If that shocked you, just wait till you see who made our next list. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. And right now, there's another jaw-dropping story on your screen. Go ahead and click that next video.